Avatar, The Path to Peace. Part 3. A Father's Responsibilities. Jake's hands were always full. His 4 children, along with his clan leader duties, kept him occupied for the whole day and much of the night. Neytiri and Kiri were gaining their independence, but at 10 and 9 years old, they were still too young to wander the forest alone. Many of Pandora's animals would see them as easy prey, and the children did not yet have the strength to fight, or the speed to outrun. Loak and Took still required constant attention. Took could barely walk independently and possessed a baby's curiosity. Loak seemed to have made it his life's mission to get into mischief. More than once, he had come close to death when he attempted something he had seen his older brother do. He had no fear, and Jake loved that about him, but he lacked control and was slow to learn it. After a particularly risky leap off one of Hometree's high branches, Jake sat him down. He took a deep breath, realizing shouting and restrictive punishments were not working. "Listen, son," Jake began. Loak stared into his father's eyes, his admiration clear. Jake couldn't help but smile. He continued, "I see you. You're as brave as any in the clan." Loak's chest puffed out at the compliment. "But you're reckless," Jake added. "We must know ourselves and our limitations. Otherwise, we place a burden on our families. I feel fear, son. I fear for your safety and the safety of your brother and sisters. Do you understand?" Loak nodded. "Yes, father," he added when Jake paused. Jake wasn't sure he did. "When I was first given this body, I didn't know how to use it. I was clumsy and weak, a danger to myself and others. Your mother had to teach me, and it took a long time. But I was patient, and eventually I became strong." He placed a hand on his son's shoulder. "Be patient, Loak. You will grow, and if you listen, you will learn." "Yes, father," Loak said again. The boy had been sat still for too long, and Jake could see him fidgeting. He slapped his son playfully on the back and Loak shot off, running towards his sisters. Jake sighed. He hoped his message had been clear. The boy would give his mother a heart attack if he carried on. Guiding the clan was a much easier task than raising his children. Although by tradition Jake's proclamations were the last word in all things, the Omatikaya needed little intervention. The clan members never had disputes, being as closely connected as the forest itself. Nevertheless, individuals occasionally came to Jake for guidance, to bless their new child, or to say a few words at the grave of a departed relative. Other clans located close by sporadically approached to discuss matters of the forest, and Jake had to commune with them as representative. Most importantly, he had to ensure that Hometree was watched all night. Guards were stationed on every side, their eyes searching for approaching predators. The majority of Pandora's animals knew to steer clear of Na'vi camps, but some of the juveniles would attempt to use Na'vi children as a food source. The Omatikaya did not use fire, and so only the presence of an adult Na'vi with a strung bow kept the more reckless predators at bay. Sometimes, Jake struggled to adjust to a peaceful life. As an adult, all he had known was war, or preparing for it. To switch his mind into non-combative mode took all his effort, and still he looked for enemies everywhere. He argued it was justified. Although the numerous Na'vi clans had been peaceful for generations, he could not help but look to the sky every night, scanning for off-world attacks. He knew that humans, particularly Americans, did not like to admit defeat. He suspected the invaders would return sooner or later.